Hello. Okay. Well, let's try running the game again. Um. Hey, oh my god, Cole, how are you doing? Um, let's try to run it. Let's try to run it with, what do you call it, as administrator and see if it works. I thought you were ignoring me. No! I didn't see you! I didn't see you come in! No! Sorry, there was a lot of stuff going on. Oh, did I come at a bad time? Stream down. Yeah. We were, but she caved. No! No! Justin, you fucking little shit. Okay, well, let's try again. How's it going? It's okay, I'm tired. I'm tired. Christ. Stop it with anger. Okay, like, I want it to look bad. Okay? I want it to look bad. I want it to look bad. Everything should be low. Low. Disabled. See, like, why is it when I click something, it goes away? Does it understand that that's what I want? Like, you fucking shit? Do you understand what I'm saying when I click low? That I want it low. Then I go away and I click something else. Like, who wants ultra? Get the fuck out of here. Low. I want everything low. And it just undoes it. So it was fine before, and then something happened? Was it fine at any point of the game? Hello? Oh my god. It's only 10:30. Is my chat not working? I noticed it was bad when you got to the survey. Okay. That's literally the, the title of the game. Well, let's try again. Like, dude, does it know what I'm saying? Low, 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 low. You try out anatomy. Okay, we'll try this again. Game been randomly crashing. It only crashed once. Only once. It was only at a certain part of the game. Oh my god, Machine!
Time to get blocked by the Moth Queen.
Machine, how are you? How have you been? Okay, let's try this. Now I know where I'm going. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna go straight to the phone. I don't even need to do anything. Like, I have the code to the phone. It was 8/29/97, I think. Not bad, super busy with work. How have you been? Is work better? Because I remember it was not good at one point. Okay. My stream title is fucked up. That's not right. Whatever's up there is not right. Or down here, whatever. It's not right. This is not right. This whole thing, not right. Want to know something funny? Yes. Please tell me something funny. Please. Okay, we're gonna go downstairs. Grab that flashlight. Okay. Okay, we're gonna speed run it. We're gonna speed run it until it ruins my stream again, and I'll restart it again. Sound good? Okay, it's 82997. Okay. Are we okay right now? Oh my god, Mocha Cola! How are you doing? Long time no see! How How have you been? Melfina. The bot I made for my Discord says that when you go live. No way! Thanks that's so funny. That's so nice. That's the spirit. I'm good. How about you? I'm good. Oh my gosh, can someone shout out Coca-Cola? I'm okay. My game this game crashed my stream. This is at the exact part. Party of one. Party, it's a party still. It's still a party. It's still a party, Crown. Thank you. Thanks so much, Ever. Little Nightmares. Oh my god. How far are you into that? Did you like it? Are we still up? Is this place still standing or yeah, I hated that game. How far are you into that? Mocha. Well, I'm sitting. Okay, well, so there's no delay. Or if there is a delay, it's a little bit. It was like we had a 50-second delay. Thank you, Ever, for counting that. I really appreciate that. I just got through the lair for the first time. Oh, it's the first time I've played it, so I'm not sure where that puts me. Yeah, I can't remember, like, the sections, like, what they're titled. But how are you enjoying it so far? I'm seeing useful, don't ban me. Listen, you're right, but, like, it doesn't matter how useful you are. You cannot be mean or rude or pushy. Doesn't matter! There's an option to reduce delay on Twitch. Is it on? It is. It is on. And it still didn't save me. The part where the long arms dude. Oh, I hate that guy. I like it. It's very unique visual wise. Yes, that's true. I guess I'm just like not. I don't know. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. Since I did counter, bring back Valley Girl. Since I yes. Yeah. Listen, if you mention Valley Girl again ever, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose it. It could either be hardware, network, or Twitch issue. I don't know. It's probably. I'm not saying it. It's probably the game. I'm running it as administrator now, so. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we lag. Let me know. Are you currently situated in your home? Yes. I'm just out in the open. Before I was in a closet. Now I'm very scared. Yes, I'm employed. Do you use your mobile device? Yes, I do. Did you forget your password? No, I didn't. I know what it is. Was finding a password for your phone easy or hard? Very easy. Is anyone with you in your house for Curly? I don't think so. No. Is anyone supposed to be with you, Curly? No. Are you a college student? Am I a college student? I forgot what her CPU. Can't remember. It's not good. It's probably not good. Am I a college student? Am I in college? Like, not in the game? No. Do you enjoy being home alone? Hell yeah. Does it ever feel creepy when you're home alone? Yes. Have you ever experienced a phenomenon feeling like you're being watched, but in reality you're not? Yes. Individuals report this phenomenon quite frequently, especially when they're around certain paintings, dolls, or statues. Are any of those objects inside your house? In this house, yes. How many televisions are currently in your house? 2 more. Oh, I have to jump out. I have to jump out of the game. For a head pat. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh, shit! No! Hold on. Gosh. There we go. Oh my goodness. So embarrassing. Oopsie! Yeah. Whoop! Yeah, thank you for your participation. Please take a short break. We will continue the survey shortly. A short break? What do you want me to do now? Let me know if it lags, please, immediately. Hopefully I'll catch it before it's like a minute again. What should we do? What should we be doing right now? Do they have plastic forks and knives? I'm sorry, I feel bad. Why? Get some nice little silverware. Oh my god. What the fuck was that? What was that? Ew! Ew, it moved! Ew! I just got chills! Ew! Ew! Hello? Sir, would you... Hello? Oh my gosh. Ew! No. I see stutters? Okay. Oh! Abort! 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 Are we okay? Hold on. Let's see. Okay. I'm looking at the stream. It looks okay. I think stutter's fine. I think we're okay. I think we might be okay. Thanks, Cole. Okay. What was in my pocket now? Lilith Walker. It comes and goes. Okay. Mostly fine though. Right. Yeah, I don't know what my CPU is. I know I need to upgrade. I will. Maybe I will. I don't know. Lilith Walker began painting when she was 6 years old, though only being 12. This child prodigy is able to recreate masterpieces with only rudimentary materials. The child belongs to the local Walker household. Her father, Joseph Walker, a construction worker. Hello? Literally Joseph from the Bible, Joseph and Mary, was a carpenter, along with Mary Walker working as a secretary at a law firm. Is that a joke? According to Mary and Joseph, Lilith loved to paint and expressed her talent early. She also stated that she practices anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a day just to perfect her craft. Her artwork is gaining popularity as demand for her a stupid little angel at the corner of my eye. As demand for her pieces and replications have skyrocketed recently. Although she enjoys painting, she also plays a variety of instruments, such as the violin, piano, and the cello. On top of painting, she also enjoys... Oh my god, I exited the game. I meant to exit the screen! Oh! Oh, shit! Fuck! It's so annoying. Okay, let me open this game again. Oh my god. I just watched her do it. What are you gonna say? How much water you have today? I didn't, it's full. And it's also water. It's water all the time. I can't believe that. It's so dumb. Why would you put... So dumb. I'm not dumb. It's the fucking game. This game's cursed. Cursed. Unbelievable. Stoner moment. So annoying. Play. Okay, well, I'll just speedrun it again. Okay. New game. I don't think this game takes a long time. See, this is shit because now, maybe this time when I replay it, it'll like lag. You know, but the last time I was playing it was fine. But now that I've restarted it, maybe it like threw something off. Okay, we'll try again. We'll try again. This is a throwback to vintage Noth streams. What do you mean? Vintage not. Wait, where did my flashlight go? Well, I'm doing some paperwork and stuff, so I'm a lurk, okay? I missed your face! I missed you too, Machine! Thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good time doing paperwork. The curse, Tara. Vintage every other week? What happened to my flashlight? Did I not just pick up a flashlight? I can't see anything. Didn't I just pick up a flashlight? I'm literally spinning around the room. I cannot see anything. I'm moving forward. Oh. Oh my gosh. I don't understand. What happened? What am I clicking? I just need to pick up the flashlight. I just need to pick up the flashlight. What is going on? What happened? Okay, do I have to restart it again? Do I have to restart again? The flashlight should be here. What happened? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let's just start it again. So absurd. At this pace? I'm not gonna finish it tonight. Hey, Ever, how long is anatomy? Is it like an hour? How long is that? Do you remember? Cause I don't wanna start this and then have it like fall into tomorrow too. Cause I don't think it's supposed to be a very long game, but like I'm making it last 50 minutes. Okay. You can play it multiple times over for different endings and stuff, but fuck that. Yeah, no. That's a no. I play a game once, and then that is it. That is all. That is all. Let me unzip it. What if you were meant to be stuck in a loop to test the player's mental fortitude? I don't think so. Like, I don't think there might be a little bit of lag because I'm downloading something. The game's pretty unique and multiple playthroughs will add stuff that makes it different, I think. Oh, okay. Let me just unzip it. Documents, video games. And it's a horror, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, where did it go? Where's the application? I'm not sure how it's gonna affect you. It got me really good when I played, but I can totally see some people going meh. I don't know. If it's jump scare, what's going on? Well, the other game I was playing, the survey, it was like it just shut down my stream. So then I tried to play it again, and then I accidentally exited it. And then I tried to play it again, and then the flashlight, I don't know, like it like no clipped through the floor, and I couldn't find it again. So now I'm playing a different game. What's up? What's up with you, kindly? Did you eat yet? What am I doing right now? Oh my god, I can't think. What am I doing? Changing this. No, not yet. No. Still half asleep. Still. Wow. Did you go to bed late last night? Graphics quality low. Okay. What the fuck's this? Do you see this shit? It's like squished. Oh my god. Okay. Why? Why is it like this? Why is it like... It just exited! I just escaped and it literally left the game. Oh my god. Okay, let's try again. Now I'm going to bed early, but I wake up super early. I went to bed at 11 and I woke up at 3 and started my day. Holy shit. Wow. That's too much. You asking because you want to kill me? Because I can start the popcorn on the stove. Splinter. Games are escaping us. Games don't want to be played today. The games are playing me. This channel it's less about me playing the games and more about the games playing me. That's what my stream experience has been. Okay. Why is it squashed? Don't squash. No squashing. No squashing. It's still squashed. It's squashed. No. Why is it like this? I'm gonna have to... I don't want to play it like this if it looks like this. Let me try 1080. Something squashed me. Why does it look like this? And there's no ability to look at options. Do you know? Like if I press escape, just gone. Just fucking leave the game. It just yeeted. Yeet me. Okay. Let's try again. Yes. Try changing resolution. Yeah, I was. This I'm doing it 1280 720 by 720, which it puts less of a strain on my system. I guess let's just go all the way up. Never heard of it, but interesting. I will keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, there. It works now. I just didn't want it to be more stressful on my computer, but I guess it looks pretty fine. Yeet me. Sorry, under 5'4". Because today is National Throw Short People Day. Yes, I saw that. I do have a friend who posted that in Discord. And yes, I am under 5'4". And I will not be yeeted. You cannot. I do not consent to the yeet. Okay, that works. That looks fine. You toss her in orbit? You little shit. No. Okay. What are we doing? Okay, that's locked. Can I leave? Can I just leave? Can I? It's a little we're a little spastic in this game. Things are very dark. Things are very dark. Did that door just refresh as I approached it? It was like, maybe it was because it was very dark. Oh yeah, okay. Nice. No, I am unhappy. I'm an unhappy meal. All these doors are locked. What's in the kitchen?
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead.
Oh.
But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
Shit. There's a tape on the dining room. There is a tape in the dining room. Oh. I was saying cool because when you walked away, the tape sounded muted, like it sounded quieter as you moved away from it, which was not how it was yesterday. Where's the dining room? Yesterday when I was playing Blackberry. Dining room? Dining room? Would the dining room be upstairs? There's a tape in the dining room. Is this the dining room? No. This is not the dining room. This is the sitting room. Hello? Oh my god. It scared me. The heck? What kind of art? If you have this art in your house, don't.
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself.
I mean, like, post it on your wall. Like, keep your creepiness level to yourself.
Human beings of our modern
don't let that flag fly, you know?
Toward their homes. There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
In the downstairs bathroom? There's a sink. This is like a prison kind of toilet, you know, like that's it. It's just a toilet and a sink, and they're like, you face each other. It's like, so you're taking a shit, you can look at yourself take a poop. That's all there is to do. Like, this is a toilet that you need a phone, because otherwise you just make eye contact with yourself while pooping. It is a requirement.
The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body.
I don't. This guy kind of sounds like a creep on the tape. I must say. Eye contact while taking a poo. Are you looking into your brown eye? No. No, Bobby. I never talk to me again. I can't. Why did you make me read? No. Absolutely. Just no. I'm talking about your own, your real eyes, you sicko. There's a tape in the garage. Here in my garage, my tape, my Lamborghini. This is huge. This garage is huge. You can fit like 4 cars in here. Also, how short am I? Like, well, actually, that's not, nah. My hand is at the doorknob. I mean, that's actually pretty accurate. Never mind. Is this right? Am I going the right way? No. No. Well, everyone thinks that your third eye is in the middle of your forehead. In the middle of your bum bum. Oh my gosh.
For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat.
There's so many purpose jokes I can make right now. I was thinking of like, what does it mean to close and open your third eye? There's a tape in the where? Oh shit, I need to catch my stream outside. I missed it because I was looking at chat. Hold on. Wait, so from what I'm understanding, is this a living house? I don't know. I don't know if this is like... Wow, my stream is really behind. I guess it's like... I don't know if it's a metaphor. I think we might be in a metaphor. Not that the house is living, but it's just like... We're walking around the metaphor that he's talking about. Oh, I understand, Cole. Okay, I'm just waiting to see what that said. Disappoint, not inspired by Monster House. Monster House. Monster House. I should watch that again. It's been a long time. Oh my goodness, I'm just waiting to see what that line said. What did that say? Oh, frick. It's too bad there's no, like, option menu. It just kicks me out. Or is the house alive? Oh, I don't know. Oh my god, Moot! How are you doing? How have you been? How are you? How was your day? Did you work today? How is that going? Hold on. There's a tape in the where? I mean, I could have just walked around, but I want to know. I want to know where the tape is. Rough day. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. I also had a rough day. Still moving though. Should be done this weekend. Oh my god, I didn't know you were moving. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. I have another person here and he's moving too. That's crazy. Are you packed up? Like, oh, thanks so much for the sub, Mood. Oh my god, Kat, how are you doing? How are you? Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Moot. No idea how you aren't hiding or anything? Right, in the house, you mean, in the game? I'm not moving, I'm literally just lying here. Not you. I need to see I need to see where is this? Okay, maybe it didn't say. I don't know. The other tape is where? We don't know. I'll just open a door. There's a tape in the... There's a tape where? What just happened? I wish I was that bag. No! I slapped a bag of dirt. It's a new redeem. I have a friend in here and he said that he wants that. So I went to go get a bag of dirt. There's a what in the where? Why do you have redemption slap a bag? Diatomic earth? Joking. No, it's just soil. It's just soil. I will read it. It says it is a mix of humus. That's humus. It's a mix of humans, peat moss, sand, and perlite. Me and my baby. Bag of dirt. Straight up dirt. We're friends, right? Not? Cam is freezing? Oh no! Oh my god! Why is every game I play cursed tonight? Oh my god, my... Are we okay? Hello? Hello? Are we back? Is it possible these indie games are poorly optimized? Yeah, you're right. I wonder if I go back in though, is it okay? Are we okay if I go back? Is it? Is it Cole? No. Cole? No. I'm so sad. You missed me holding my baby, the bag of dirt by my head. Better. Okay, well, let's go back into the game and see what happens, shall we? Hello? Okay, let me know. Poorly optimized indie game? Say it ain't so. I asked for your friends, she laughed in my face. No, I didn't! No, I didn't, son! I was just laughing at my dirt baby. Yes, we are friends. Why you put me on the spot like that? Bro? I redact my statement, we're not friends anymore. You're a hacking delight. Me? Are we still okay? It's definitely a game. Are you in performance mode? Oh no, it's angry again? Oh my... No! Okay, hold on. Okay, I just exited the game. I just exited the game again. Thanks, Kat. Can you hear me? Redacted. Okay, if we're friends, then I want a milkshake redeem. What do you mean? Okay, so I accidentally exited the game. I don't know. This is a problem because next week all I'm playing are indie games. I paid for indie games. I paid for them. We can hear you, okay. Oh no, there's a delay again. How bad is this delay? How bad is this delay? Oh, this is not good. I think I have to start again. Just quickly upgrade your PC. You should pay for a better PC. It's not that simple, son. It's not that easy. Sonny boy, it's been 84 years. 18 seconds? That's not good! Do you think as I continue, we will catch up? I don't think that's how it works, though. Like, do you think it got better from the time I stopped talking to now? I don't know what to do. Have you seen GPU prices? Yeah, like, I can't justify it. That's a long time. Okay. That is a long time. I don't know. Should I just restart again? What the fuck am I even gonna play when I restart? Should I just call it a night? Should I just call it a night? Do you want to just read creepypastas? You want to read creepypastas? I don't know what to do. It's no biggie. It is a biggie. It can. It is. It is. Chat. Imagine talking to, like, chat is like, you know, I'm talking to chat. Talking to chat with a delay? No. Ooh, creepypastas. Generally things only get better when I stop talking. Read me a bedtime story. Yeah, like, I do read creepypastas every night, like, or like a story most times. Read to us. Okay, I'll read. Could totally get enough money selling cosplay pics and feed pics. No cap. But like, do I want to put my hard-earned money into a PC? Spoopy's bedtime story. Okay, that's all. Say no more. Should I change it to like just talking? Just chatting? Should we just go into just chatting? Should we go into ASMR if I talk quietly? Is it ASMR if I talk quietly? But then, like, are weird people looking for ASMR? Like, let's just, no one's looking for me. Let's just go to just chatting. Hair pics? What? Is that a thing? Literally just look up a shampoo commercial. Is that real? Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Ever. I don't know how I could play that without, like, my computer, like, literally dying. Boulder punch my computer. Okay, well, maybe one day. Maybe one day. If you enjoy gaming, then it's totally worth it. It's really not. It's not if I enjoy streaming, because I can game without streaming and it's fine. But it's only when I put the streaming aspect into it. And like, I don't know. Good gaming computer can last you a few years and lets you play new games that are released. Even if you don't stream, it's worth it. ASMR has a lot of creeps and you aren't using the proper microphone for ASMR. Okay, well, whatever. Someone's got it? Depends on which hair. Not yelling at me before finishing my message. Classic. What do you mean? Someone yelling at... I didn't yell at you. Aren't using a proper... okay, whatever. Build a PC, you coward. Crown, don't... First of all, you little bitch, you haven't even followed me. How fucking long have you been here? And you're calling me a coward? You wanna fight? Don't test me. My OBS. I don't know if it's my OBS. I don't know. Let's go to the creepypastas. Let's go. Okay, so let's read. Hello?
How mutum joy.
Thank you so much! Moo! Thank you so much! Thanks for the bits! Whoa! Careful, she will smack you with a bag of dirt. Yeah, I will. Yes? Wait, why are you yesing? You want to fight? I don't want to fight you. I have better things to do than to fight someone in my chat. Okay, we're reading Abandoned Disney because that's the only one that's in here. No one else put any creepypastas here in the Creepypasta Discord channel I made, and everyone ignored me. And I think someone asked for a creepypasta yesterday. And they're like, can you read this one? And I'm like, yeah, sure, put it in the Discord. Do you think I sent out any new Discord messages? No. Good. Good. You won't beat me to my joke. Sad. It's okay. We understand. We understand. I almost grabbed the new sunglasses I got instead of my my reading glasses. I just read. Can I even see with these on? Some of you may have heard that the Disney Corporation is responsible for at least one real live ghost town. Candle Cove. I didn't find the text. If I find the text in 5 minutes, I'm gonna punch you. Oh my god, Viv! How are you doing? Do you know, I literally found it, son. You little bitch. I literally put Candle Cove text, just popped right up. I'll put in the Discord. I'll read that if I have time after Abandoned Disney. Abandoned by Disney. Viv, how are you? How was your day? I was lurking while you were playing Evil Within. How did that go? Have you guys seen the Disney Illuminati videos? But it wasn't in the font I like. Yeah, but you're not seeing the font, you know? Like, I just put, you can't see. You can't see what I'm reading. We're not using that creepy one from yesterday because I was, like, experiencing heart palpitations. So I think I'll just not do that. Oh, I do. Okay. Oh, finished Evil Within. Oh, cool. Could you find me happiness? When I find happiness ever, I will let you know. Hug game ever. I think the closest I've gotten is like the 3 seconds when you're like stuffed at an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's the 3 seconds between you being like, oh my gosh, that was so good, and then being like, I need to throw up. That brief moment in time is probably the closest I have found. You know, for an EGOT, you sure are afraid of the occult. I am not an EGOT. That first bite of sushi when you get there, so good. So good. Also pretty close. You're right. So then maybe there's 6 seconds in that whole exchange. You get there, eat the sushi, happiness. You're done. You're almost done. You've eaten too much sushi, happiness. There, I just posted a creepypasta in Discord. Thank you, Bobby. I am not. I just like black. What is so hard to understand? I thought you would know by now. Yeah, get him, Call. Son, come here. Puts labels on me. Disney built the Treasure Island Resort in Baker's Bay in the Bahamas. It didn't start as a ghost town. Disney's cruise ships would actually stop at the resort and leave tourists there to relax in luxury. This is a fact. Look it up. Disney blew $30 million on the place. Yes, $30 million. And they abandoned it. Disney blamed the shallow waters, too shallow for their ships to safely operate. And there was even blame cast on the workers, saying that since they were from the Bahamas, they were too lazy to work a regular schedule. I'm saying I'm not, Bobby. That's where the factual nature of their story ends. It wasn't because of sand, and it obviously wasn't because foreigners are lazy, Both are convenient excuses. No, I sincerely doubt those reasons were legitimate. Why don't I buy the official story? Because of Mal Gillies' palace. Disney creeps me out. Their influence on pop culture is nuts. They have like, what, don't they own Marvel now? Dude. Near the beachside. Those Bahamians. Oh, lady. I don't know what. 2013. It's quite a long time ago. Bobby, are you deaf? Near the beachside city of Emerald Isle in North Carolina, Disney began construction of Mowgli's place. Mowgli's palace in the late 1990s. The concept was a jungle-themed resort with a large, you guessed it, palace in the center of the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar with the character of Mowgli, then you might better remember the story of the Jungle Book. If you haven't seen it anywhere else, you'll know that the Disney cartoon is from decades past. I never watched the Jungle Book. Should I have? Tarzan was the best cartoon movie ever made. Maybe Mulan might rival it. Is Tarzan Disney? Yes. Right? They own Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, even Fox? Holy shit. That's crazy. No Jungle Book, bad. Not sure if intended, but there's not text on the screen. Yeah, there's no text. There's no text because then I have to like, you know, no one's reading this. Can we include Eastern animation? What the fuck are you talking about, Crown? Mulan, bad. Why do you say that? Oh, also thanks for checking, Colt. When my mom was a kid, she said that she bought tickets to Disney Tarzan so that she could sneak in and watch the South Park movie. Your mom was going to the movie theater for Tarzan while I was going to the movie theater with Tarzan for Tarzan. Is that right? When was Tarzan released? 1999. I was 3 years old going to see Tarzan? No, I wasn't. Was I? No way. I was. 39? Wait, what? Wait, what is right? Did they just run? They don't just bring back movies to the movie theater for no reason. Was that maybe that was 23 years ago? I know. Why do I keep getting these fucking stupid bots? Kill the bot. I usually just leave him in here. Set it on fire. I'm old enough to be Bobby's dad. Holy shit. Famous. That's crazy. Your mom's really young. At least she like got having kids out of the way, you know? Okay, so Mowgli is an abandoned child in the jungle, essentially raised by animals and simultaneously threatened or pursued by other animals. Mowgli's palace was a controversial undertaking from the start. Disney bought up a ton of high-priced land for the project, and there was actually a scandal surrounding some of the purchases. The local government claimed eminent domain on people's homes, then turned around and sold the properties to Disney. At one point, a home that had just been constructed was immediately condemned with little to no explanation. Help! My mom has better taste. What is this? What are we discussing in this chat? my god. Am I gonna read this story or am I just gonna be laughing at you fools? The land grabbed by the government was supposedly for some fictional highway project. Knowing full well what was going on, people started calling it the Mickey Mouse Highway. There was the concept art. A group of stuffed shirts from Disney Company had actually held a meeting. They intended to sell everyone on how lucrative this project was going to be for everyone. When they showed the concept art, this gigantic Indian palace surrounded by jungle, staffed with men and women in loincloths and tribal gear. Well, suffice to say, everyone flipped their shit. We're talking about a large Indian palace, jungle, and loincloths, not only in the center of a relatively wealthy area, but also a somewhat xenophobic area in the southern US. It was a questionable mix at that point in history. Imagine being Bobby's stepdad to keep him off Twitch forever. Save us from Bobby. That's the plan. He can never spoil anything again. One member of the crowd tried to storm the stage, but he was quickly subdued by security after he managed to break one of the presentation boards over his knee. Disney took that community and essentially broke it over its knee as well. The houses were razed, the land was cleared, and there wasn't a damn thing anyone could do or say about it. Local TV and newspapers were against the resort at the beginning, but some insane connection between Disney's media holdings and the local venues came into play, and their opinions turned on a dime. So anyway, Treasure Island, the Bahamas. Disney sunk those millions in and then split. The same thing happened with Mowgli's Palace. Construction was complete. Visitors actually stayed at the resort. The surrounding communities were flooded with traffic and the usual annoyances associated with an influx of lost and irate tourists. Then it all just stopped. Disney shut it down and nobody knew what the hell to think. But they were pretty happy about it. Disney's loss was pretty hilarious and wonderful to a large group of folks who didn't want this in the first place. I honestly didn't give the place another thought since hearing it closed over a decade ago. I live maybe 4 hours from Emerald Isle, so really I only heard the rumblings and didn't experience any of it firsthand. Then I read this article from someone who had explored the Treasure Island Resort and posted a whole blog about all that crazy shit he found there. Stuff just left behind, things smashed, defaced, probably ruined by the disgruntled former employees who just lost their jobs. Hell, the locals from all around probably had a hand in wrecking that place. People there just felt as angry about Treasure Island as folks here did about Mowgli's Palace. Plus, there were rumors that Disney had released their aquarium stock into the local waters when they closed, including sharks. Who wouldn't want to take a few swings at some merchandise after that? Well, that's what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at. What the fuck? Well, what I'm getting at is that this fucking horrible shit sentence, this blog about Treasure Island got me thinking. Even though many years had passed since its closing, I figured it might be cool to do some urban exploration at Mowgli's Palace. Take some photos, write about my experience, and probably see if there was anything I could take home as a memento. I'm not going to say I wasted any time getting in there, because honestly, it took me another year after I first found that Treasure Island article to get around to going up to Emerald Isle. Over the course of that year, I did a lot of research at the Palace Resort, or rather, I tried to. Naturally, no official Disney site or resource made any mention of the place. That had been scrubbed clean. Even odder, however, was that nobody before myself had apparently thought to blog about the place, or even post a photo. None of the local TV or newspaper sites had one word about the place, though that was to be expected, since they all had swung Disney's way. They wouldn't be out here lauding their embarrassment, you know? Recently, I learned that corporations can actually ask Google, for example, to remove links from search results, basically for no good reason. Looking back, it's probably not that nobody spoke of the resort, but rather their words were made inaccessible. That's it for me. Bye, Bobby. Good night. Have a good night. See you later. Sleep well. I didn't... Well, where am I? So in the end, I could barely find the place. All I had to go on was an old as hell map I'd received in the mail back in the 90s. It was a promotional item sent out to people who had recently been to Disney World, and I guess since I had been there in the late 80s, that was recent. Well, also, apparently I have to go put up a defense around the house so that no random icky Twitch viewers make my mom. I don't know. Like, it's so funny. Such weasels. Good night, Bobby. No, ew, call, you sicko. Even with that face. Stupid. Hey, Ty, how are you doing? I played the Swine. I played the Swine earlier. Good night, young one. I didn't really intend to hang on to it. It just got shoved in with my books and comics from my childhood. I'd only remembered it months into my research, and even then it took me another few weeks to locate the storage bin my parents had shoved it all into. Good, oh nice. Oh my god, hey doctor! Hello! Are you off? Have you been off the last couple days? How are you doing? But I did find it. Locals were no help, as most were transplants who'd moved to the beach in recent years, or old residents who just sneered at me and made rude gestures the second I managed to say, "Where would I find Mowgli's?" That drive took me through an inordinately long corridor of overgrowth, tropical plants that had run rampant and overpopulated the area, mixed with the native species of flora that actually belonged there, and had tried to reclaim the land. I was working, but since I now have 4 days off in your service. Motherfucker. So you're off today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. That's great. That's great. Do you have any plans? Do you remember that one? Are you ever gonna have that time off again? Remember you had like a month off? Why did you have so long? Oh, because of Corona, probably, right? That will never happen again. I was in awe when I reached the front gates of the resort. Tremendous, monolithic wooden gates, whose supports to either side looked like they must have been cut from giant sequoias. The gate itself had been gouged in several places by woodpeckers, and eaten away at the base by burrowing insects. Hanging on the gate was a sheet of metal, some random scrap, with hand-painted letters scrawled in black, "Abandoned by Disney." Clearly the handiwork of some past local or an employee who wanted to make some small protest. The gates were open enough to walk through, but not drive, so grabbing my digital camera and the map, whose flip side showed a layout of the resort, I set off on foot. The inner grounds of the place were just as overgrown as the entryway. Palm trees stood untended and ragged among piles of their own coconuts. Banana plants similarly stood in their own stinking, bug-riddled refuse. There was this sort of clash between Can I read? Between order and chaos as carefully planted rows of perennial flowers mixed with obnoxious tall weeds and stinking blackened mushrooms. No, I missed you. All that remained of any outdoor structures were broken, rotting wood, and various charred bits of unidentifiable material. What was most likely an information booth or an outdoor bar was now simply a pile of assorted debris, chopped up by past vandalism and ravaged by weather. The most interesting thing on the grounds was a statue of Baloo, the friendly bear from the Jungle Book, which stood in a sort of courtyard in front of the main building. He was frozen in a jovial wave toward no one, staring into empty space with a silly, toothy grin, as bird shit covered whole swaths of his fur, and vines ensnared his platform. I approached the main building, the palace, only to find the outside of the building covered in graffiti, where the original paint hadn't peeled or chipped away. The front doors weren't just open, they had been taken off their hinges and were stolen. Above the front doors, or the gaping maw where they had been, someone had again painted "Abandoned by Disney." I wish I could tell you about all the awesome stuff I saw inside the palace. Forgotten statues, abandoned cash registers, a full-fledged secret society of homeless bums, but no. The inside of the building was so stark, so bare, that I actually think people had stolen the molding off the walls. Anything that was too big to steal Counters, desks, giant fake trees. They were all resting amid this empty echo chamber that amplified my every step like a slow rat-a-tat of a machine gun. I checked the floor plan and headed to all the locations that might seem in any way interesting. The kitchen was as you'd imagine, an industrial food prep area with all the appliances in space, no expenses spared. Every glass surface was broken, every door knocked off its hinges, every metal surface kicked and dented. The entire place smelled very old piss. The huge freezer, not even remotely cool now, had row upon row of empty shelf space. Hooks hung from the ceiling, probably for hanging cuts of meat, and as I stood inside for a moment, I noticed they were swinging. Ew! Ew! Each hook swung in a random direction, but their movements were so slow and small that it was almost impossible to see. I figured it had been caused by my footsteps. What the fuck is... what? So I stopped one from swinging by clutching it in my fists, then carefully letting it go, but within seconds it started to swing once more. The bathrooms were in much the same state as the rest of the place. Just like the Treasure Island Resort, someone had methodically smashed each porcelain commode with coconuts and other implements. There was about half an inch of rancid, stinking, stagnant water on the floor, so I didn't stay there very long. I didn't say no. What do we hear? Abandoned by Disney. It's just a scary story. It's a scary story about this guy walks into like an abandoned... What's Disney? Delicious. Yummy. What even is Disneyland? Is it a theme park? It's a theme park. An abandoned theme park. What's odd is that the toilets and the sinks and the bidets in the ladies' room, yes, I went there, all dripped, leaked, or just ran freely. It seemed to me that they should have shut the water off long ago. There were plenty of rooms in the resort, but naturally I didn't have time to look through them all. The few I did peer into were similarly wrecked, and I didn't expect to find anything there. I thought there was actually television or radio in one room, as I really think I heard a quiet conversation coming out. I thought it was like a whisper, probably my own breathing echoing in the silence, or just another case of the sound of flowing water playing tricks in my mind. This is what it sounded like. It's Stranger Things by Disney. What? Aren't there creepypasta videos you can watch on YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, I think there are. You're welcome to go look at one of those to go if you want. I think, yeah, there's like a bunch of them. I'm sad. I didn't believe it. Short, unknown reply. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Your father told you. Unknown reply, or possibly just weeping. I know, that sounds ridiculous. I'm just telling you what I experienced. Why I thought there might have been something running in that room, or worse. Some vagrants who would hold up there and probably would have knifed me. I want to hear not read it. Thanks, son. My friend? At the front doors of the palace again, I figured I hadn't found anything of note and wasted the trip up. As I looked out the door, I noticed something interesting in the courtyard that I had apparently missed. Something that would give me at least one thing to show for all my trouble, even if it was just a photograph. There, as a lifelike statue of a python, maybe 8 feet long, coiled up and sunning itself on a pedestal, right in the center of the area. It was almost time for the sun to start setting, so the light fell onto the object in the perfect way for a photograph. Are you sure about that? As I approached the python and snapped a photo. Then I stood on my toes and snapped another. I moved closer again to get the detail of its face. Slowly, casually, the python lifted its head, looked directly into my eyes, turned and slithered off the pedestal, across the grass and into the trees. Oh, hello, Wanderer! How are you doing? How was your day? Was it better than yesterday? I thought it could be good if Noth read it. We saw the visuals? Do they have visuals? Why are you crying, Wanderer? Why are you crying? Do they have visuals? I thought it was just like... Oh, hold on a second. Okay, hold on. You're gonna have to give me a second. The Candle Cove one has visuals, but how do you match Nos reading with the slideshow? I'm gonna get a video up and I'm just gonna loop it. Just shitty YouTube videos last time I checked. I started to get a little bit of poison ivy in my face, everything itches. Oh my gosh. Can you put like polysporin or something on it? Why do you have poison ivy? Where are you? Is this for your job? You're out in the wilderness? One moment, please. Get rid of this bonfire. Get rid of the bonfire. Get the bonfire. Go away. Where's this? Where did I have it? No, the fireplace. Ah! Ah! I don't know. This is probably gonna be stupid. Like, I don't know. Anyway. Are you Batman? How did it? No. No, potato. Yeah, it's for my job. I'm always out in the wilderness. Oh, man. Oh, but how am I gonna... I need to read this. So how am I supposed to see? One second while I think about what I should do. Do I have Firefox installed? This is just stupid. This is stupid. Stupid. This is stupid. This gets really scary. Hold on. Wait, can you still... Wait, we're still on. Hold on a second. Just give me this. Just let me download this. Just let me download this. Why? Download, please. We're almost there. Just freaking run this. Just make up a story. Firefox! Open new source, have it capture its window, and then minimize. Frightening. I just want another browser so that I can look at, open a new source, have it capture this window, and minimize. I think it doesn't capture, it captures Google. It doesn't capture the window, the tab. Do you know what I'm saying, son? Because I need to read the story, and the story is on Google, and so is the YouTube video. Just day. Here we have the wanderer going through the woods. See, like, can you see the Firefox? You cannot. Right, you can't. Okay, my plan has worked. Give me this. Give me this. This makes sense. I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not. Okay. Okay, we're at the Python. All 80 feet of it. Its head long disappeared into the woods before its tail even left the sunning spot. Wait until she gets to the part of the Internet Explorer. Do you see this video, right? Do we see this video? Oops, that's not right. Do you see this video? You see this video. Am I wrong? You're right. I'm right. Okay. Fuck. I hate this. Okay. Disney had released all their exotic animals into the grounds. Right there on my floor plan map was the reptile house. I should have known. I'd read about the sharks at the treasure isle, and I should have known that they'd done this. Let me see. Okay. Thank you so much. I was dumbfounded, just utterly stupefied. My mouth must have been hanging open for the longest time before I came back down to earth and snapped shut. I blinked a few times and backed away from where the snake had been, back toward the palace. Even though it was totally gone, I still wasn't taking any chances, and backed my way into the building. I took a few deep breaths. There's fucking spelling mistakes in this shit. And slapped. And slaps. What the? It took a few deep breaths and slaps to my own face to get myself right in the head again after that. It's horrible syntax. Awful. Screen is blank. What? Why? Why? How? Just how dark the story gets. How is that possible? I see it in OBS. Dude. It's a metaphor toward love black screen. Hey! Life. Hey, late night! How are you doing? Where's my stupid head pat? I don't deserve a head pat. Fucking, why is it up here, bro? Get the... No. No! Oh my gosh, that's wrong. Where did it go? Oh god, everything sucks tonight. No, it's good now. Okay, I don't know why I did do that. I don't deserve a head pat. Hungover. Damn. Did you? I guess you had fun yesterday. I head patted the universe. Oh, okay. Well. Yeah, let me know if it goes black again. I don't know why it does that. OBS. Get your shit together. Imagine how funny this would be if she had 400 regular viewers. Will not happen. Don't worry, bud. Don't worry, son. You're safe here. Yesterday I stopped earlier today, took a nap, and now this. Oh my gosh. Wait, you stopped earlier today? Like, this morning, took a nap, and then now this. Did you have food? Did you eat your sun chips? Hello? Hello? Oh my god, Crown, thank you so much. When you pause it, it's blank. When you pause it. When you pause it. When I pause it. When I pause it, that sound was like a sweet melody in my ears. The the soil slap was subworthy. Thanks. I stopped around noonish. Gosh. Yes, I did. You ate your sun chips. When I stop. When I pause it. I didn't pause this shit. Don't fucking pause, you dumb shit. Wait, what did you do? It's good now? I don't know. It just paused randomly. I'm gonna keep my creepypasta on top of this so I can see it moving. I see it moving while I'm reading. I keep getting follows and subs mixed up because YouTube... Yeah, I know. When I first started streaming, I was like, thanks for the sub. And then it was like not a sub. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. Thanks for the follow. Sorry, I didn't mean to expect you to sub. You know? What? What? What are we wedding? What's what? What? Oh god, I'm so fucking tired. Where am I in this? I looked for a place to sit down as my legs were feeling a bit like jelly at this point. Of course, there was no place to sit down unless I wanted to recline in the broken glass and dead leaf carpet or haul myself up onto a desk of questionably reliability. Of questionably reliability. Did you mean questionable reliability? Listen, this thing is from 2013. It's been like fucking how long has it been? Over. You've had years to fix this shit. I just say follow for both YouTube and Twitch. That's true. What size sweater are you? I don't know. This is like an extra large. I think it might actually be extra large. I'm not gonna check. It's from H&M though. It was from a couple years ago. My friend came over and she was wearing another sweater from H&M and it looked really nice and I would have to go get more. There's just no question. How much to get my name on a candle? I'll think about it. I was originally gonna do like a Patreon thing where you like, you know, you can like support me that way and for like whatever amount. But I don't know. Have to know if it's worth robbing your house. It's definitely worth robbing my house. It's definitely worth robbing my house. I do have some big sweaters, but a lot of my stuff is like more fitted. But sometimes I just want to be like a blob, you know? When I look like a blob, it's because I feel like a blob inside. So if I'm wearing a baggy sweater, it's because I feel like a baggy sweater. I want a special ever candle on your head. I'm not a good business person. What's this? Oh, we are reading Abandoned by Disney. Well, I'm reading it. I'm being interrupted. I'm interrupting myself. No one's fault. Yeah, that's what we're just. This is Disney's Forgotten theme park or something, and I'm reading the creepypasta. You know. I had seen some stairs near the palace's lobby and decided to go have a seat there until I felt better. The staircase was far enough away from the front of the building to be relatively clean, save for a startling accumulation of dust. I pulled a wedge of metal off the wall, once again painted with Abandoned by Disney, that I'd become accustomed to. I placed the wedge on the stairs and sat on it to keep at least somewhat clean. I mentioned that the other day. Didn't you already read it? I did. It's been years, though. And it was in my Discord, and it's a classic, right? It's a classic. The stairway led downward, below ground level. Using my camera flash as a sort of improvised flashlight, I could see that the staircase ended in a metal mesh door with a padlock. A sign on the door read, a real sign, read, mascots only, thank you. Oh, I thought you had read it on stream. I love it. Oh no, yeah, no, I haven't read it on stream. I read it personally a long time ago. But I read this Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That's what I've read so far, and I can't remember what I read after that. This perked up my spirits a little bit for two reasons. One, a mascots only area would have definitely had some interesting stuff back in the day. Two, the padlock was still in place. Nobody had gone down there. Not the vandals, not the looters, nobody. This was the one place I could actually explore and perhaps find something interesting to photograph or wantonly steal. I had come to the palace essentially agreeing with myself that it was okay to take anything I wanted because, hey, abandoned. It didn't take much to bust the lock. Well, actually, that's wrong. It didn't take much to bust the metal plate on the wall that the padlock was hooked to. Time and decay had done most of the work for me, and I was able to bend the metal plate enough to pull the screws out of the wall, something nobody else had apparently thought of, or hadn't been able to at the time. The mascot-only area was a startling and very welcome change from the rest of the building I'd seen. For one, every second or third fluorescent light overhead was illuminated. What? They were on? Even though they flickered and faded randomly. Also, nothing had been stolen or broken, even if age and exposure were definitely taking their toll. This guy put fucking defiantly taking their toll. Maybe it's this link. Tables had notepads and pens. There were clocks, even a punch-in clock, on the wall, complete with filled-out time cards. Chairs were scattered around, and there was even a small break room with an old static-filled television and a long rotted-out food and drink on the counters. It was like one of those post-apocalyptic movies where everything is left in the state of evacuation. As I walked the maze-like sub-basement hallways of the mascot-only area, the sights just became more and more interesting. As I went further, desks and tables were knocked over, papers scattered and almost melded with the damp floor, and a large carpet of mold was slowly overtaking the real rotting crimson floor covering. Everything was just sort of squishy. Anything wood disintegrated into mush when I applied even the least amount of force, and clothing items hanging on hooks in one of the rooms simply fell to the moist threads if I tried to unhook them. One thing that annoyed me was that the light was becoming more sparse and unreliable as I went further into the dank, suffocating depths of the place. Eventually, I reached a black and yellow striped door with the words Character Prep 1 stenciled on it. I'm gonna die, oh no. Hey, Plague! No, I'm reading a story. It's the Abandoned by Disney. So I think this is actually something that was abandoned by Disney playing. How are you? How's your cold? The door, this is still in my head. The door wouldn't open at first. I figured this was probably where the costumes were kept, and I definitely wanted a photograph of that twisted, stinking mess. Try as I might, whatever angle or trick I tried, the door wouldn't budge. That is, until I gave up and started to walk away. That was when there was a slight popping sound and the door creaked open slowly. Ew. Inside the room was completely dark, pitch black. I used the camera flash to look for a light switch on the wall by a door, but there was nothing. As I made my search, I was jarred out of my sense of excitement by a loud electrical buzz. Rows of lights overhead suddenly flashed to life, flickering and fading in and out like the rest I'd passed. Interesting, I'm still sick, but I'm okay. Oh no. Should I change the video? To like abandoned office? No, I don't want that. Okay, bud. We'll just use this. Change video to Neon Cat. This video is okay. Just change title. Change title. Change title. My title is Creepypasta. Unless you did it and it didn't update for me. I did my game titles and then Creepypasta at the end. Alec Baldwin killed a person with a prop gun during shooting his new film. Are you serious? I'm dying. Are you serious? How did he do that if it's a prop gun? Just make it say Creepypasta only. No, I don't do that. So people know. Fuck people. They're not even coming in here. No, it says Creepypasta. I was playing this other shit before. I never changed the title. I only add to the title. You know? I never just changed the title altogether. People fucking who cares? They're not here for the Creepypasta. I don't know what they're doing here. It malfunctioned, I guess. But it's a prop gun loaded? It didn't update. Or did it work right? It says Creepypastas at the end. Didn't update. I'm literally looking at it. Oh, I see. Yeah. It's updated. Okay. Yeah, I never... I loaded it with hollow... It's loaded with hollow tips. Why would it be loaded at all, though? You know? Like, why isn't it just empty? Creeping in the pasta. I see it. Okay. Thank you. Are they trolling you? Okay. Everything's fine. I thought you changed the whole thing. No, I don't change the title. I just change the last word of the whatever. It's just chatting, so like... It's the at least the thing is right. The... category. Why do you feel like a dumbass? Why would you say that? Why are you saying that? No, it's wrong. Oh no, it's wrong. Okay. It took a second for my eyes to adjust, and it seemed like the light was going to just keep getting brighter until all the bulbs exploded. But just when I thought it would reach that critical stage, the lights dimmed a bit and steadied. The room was exactly as I'd pictured it. Various Disney costumes hung on the walls, fully put together like strange cartoon cadavers hung from invisible nooses. It's just confusing because it says Scary Indie Games Day 3. That's why I suggested updating it. Yeah, but like this is the end of stream. Like I have like 20 minutes left. It doesn't matter. So like 2 hours running around in circles in Metroid Dread, and the answer was just dumb. I didn't shoot the extra block. Sometimes it's not. I'm surprised you lasted that long without looking something up. Like after like 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, time to. I don't know. It's just sometimes it's just like dumb, the question, the answer, you know? Where the fuck is my place in this shit story? There was an entire rack of loincloths and native clothes on hangers towards the back. What I found odd, and what I wanted to photograph right away, was a Mickey Mouse costume at the center of the room. Unlike other costumes, it was lying on its back in the center of the floor like a murder victim. The fur on the costume was rotten and shredding, creating bare patches. What was even odder, however, was the coloring of the costume. It was like a photo negative of the actual Mickey Mouse. Black where he should be white, and white where he should be black. His normally red overalls were light blue. The sight was off-putting enough that I actually put off photographing the thing until last. I took a picture of the costumes hanging on the walls, upward angles, downward angles, side shots to show an entire row of frozen, putrid cartoon faces, some with plastic eyes missing. Then I decided to stage a shot, just one of the bedraggled character heads on the slick, grimy floor. I reached for the headpiece of a Donald Duck costume and carefully removed it so the thing wouldn't fall apart in my hands. As I looked into the face of the wide-eyed, moldering head, a loud, clattering sound made me jump with fright. I looked down at my feet, and there between my shoes was a human skull. It had fallen out of the mascot's head and shattered into pieces at my feet. Only the empty face and lower jaw remained, staring up at me. I dropped the duck head immediately, as you would expect, and moved for the door. As I stood in the doorway, I looked back to the skull on the floor. I had to take a picture of it, you know? I had to, for any number of reasons that may seem silly, but only if you don't think it through. Spooky! I already played it through, all that already, so you think I know that part? Looking for something that's in your pocket is the worst. Pocket book? I'd need proof of what happened, especially if Disney was going to somehow make this go away. I had no doubt in my mind, right from the start, that even if it was just a gross negligence, Disney was responsible for this. That's when Mickey, that photo negative opposite Mickey in the middle of the floor, started to get up. First setting up, and then climbing to its feet. The Mickey Mouse costume, or whatever was inside of it, stood there at the center of the room, its fake face just staring directly at me as I mumbled no over and over again. With shaking hands, a violently thrashing heart, and legs that had once again turned to jelly, I managed to lift the camera and aim it at the opposite creature now quietly sizing me up. The digital camera screen displayed only dead pixels in the shape of the thing. It was a perfect silhouette of that Mickey Mouse costume. As the camera moved in my unsteady hands, the dead pixels spread, marring the screen wherever Mickey's outline moved to. Then the camera died, went blank and quiet, and broken. I raised my eyes once again to the Disney Mouse costume. "Hey," it said in a hushed, perverted, but perfectly executed Mickey Mouse voice. Oh, sorry. "Hey, wanna see my head come off?" It started to pull its own head, working its clumsy, glove-clad fingers around its neck with a clawing, impatient movement, similar to a wounded man trying to pull himself free of a predator's jaws. As it worked its digits into its neck, so much blood. So much thick, chunky, yellow blood. I turned away as I heard a sickening tearing of cloth and flesh, only cared about getting away. Above the doorway out of this room, I saw the final message clawed into the metal with bone or fingernails. Abandoned by God. I never got the picture out of the camera. I never wrote the blog entry about it. After I ran from that place, I fled for my sanity. If not my very life, I knew why Disney didn't want anyone to know about this place. They didn't want anyone like me getting in. They didn't want anything like that getting out. The Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse, no, it's so bad. This would be the right time for a dice poster section. Oh boy. Right at the crescendo. Hey, player? You're having way too much fun here. Why don't we strap you to a chair and fucking you play some dice? Oh, you don't know how to play? Fucking figure it out. Okay, well, I guess I'll read Sun's Candle Cove one. Like, do they have a video here? I don't know. What the fuck is this? What the hell is that? Hey, Minnie, huh? Mickey voice, gotta do it. No. No, I don't gotta do anything. You little shit. That's number one to make me mad, is to say you have to do it. Punch you right in your fucking dick. Okay, well, let's go back. Oh. I didn't realize that I still had the fireplace up. It doesn't really matter. Nothing matters. I can't wait to go to sleep. I can't wait. You have to read. If you don't, you die. I used to be able to do Mickey voice. Oh man, you have to practice again. I don't know why, but maybe you should. Oh, the Russian sleep experiment. I know that one. Yeah, use Google Chrome. Okay. The Candle Cove thread. Skies Hail 033. Subject: Candle Cove local kids show. Does anyone remember this kids show? It was called Candle Cove, and I must have been like 6 or 7. I never found reference to it anywhere, so I think it was on a local station around 1971 or 72. I lived in Ironton at the time. I don't remember which station, but I do remember it was on at a weird time, like 4 p.m. Mike Painter 65 says. It seems really familiar to me. I grew up outside of Ashland and was like 9 years old in 72. Candle Cove, was it about pirates? I remember a pirate marionette at the mouth of a cave talking to a little girl. Skies Hill says, yes, okay, I'm not crazy. I remember Pirate Percy. I was always kind of scared of him. He looked like he was built from parts of other dolls, real low budget. His head was an old porcelain baby doll, looked like an antique that didn't belong on the body. I don't remember what station this was. I don't think it was WTSF though. This is a long time ago. I know, I don't even know. Like if you're in 71, 72, and then you're on a forum, how old are you? Is it 2000s? You're 30 years old? You're using dial-up on a forum? I mean, I guess you could. Seems unlikely. Channel Zero TV show did an episode on this. Oh, I don't know. I do know that this has been circulating a long time. And I think I remember reading this when I was in, like, walking late 40s. Like, would you, late 40s? You do late, like, would, I don't know if my parents or someone older than my parents would be using the computer like this. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, I think no. But maybe that's wrong. Jaren 2005 says, sorry to resurrect this old thread, but I know exactly what show you mean, Skies Hill. I think Candle Cove ran for only a couple months in 71, not 72. I was 12 and I watched it a few times with my brother. It was Channel 58, whatever station that was. My mom would let me switch to it after the news. Let me see what I remember. It took place in Candle Cove, and it was about a little girl who imagined herself to be friends with pirates. The pirate ship was called the Laughing Stock, and Pirate Percy wasn't a very good pirate because he got scared too easily. And there was a Calliope? 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 What the fuck is this? Sound? How do you say this? Calliope? Whatever. I was thinking they wouldn't be writing a creepypasta. Wow, it was actually a whole season. I don't remember shit. I'm scared to go upstairs and pee now. No! No, potato! Someone's trying to set a tone for their pasta, but it's just, nah. My staircase is dark. I remember. Sounds right. I remember. I was like, my dad is really into like ghost shows. Like he loves watching them. And at one point I was also watching them. And there was this one time, like, it still freaks me out. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they caught some kind of, like, weird talk, some speech of whoever was in the house saying, like, her own, I'm, like, getting chills thinking about it, her own, what do you call it? Nickname? Her nickname was Chestnut, and she's, whoever, she, like, died in the bathtub or whatever, and they're in the bathroom, and then they caught her saying this on tape, and, like, they never catch anything, so, like, it was, like, weird that they caught something, and so I was watching that. I remember I had to turn on every single light going up the stairs. It was, like, so scary. I just freaked myself out. Setting the tone for the past by saying 71, 72, should have said 90s. Yeah, I agree, but I think that now the 90s would make sense, but back then, I don't know when this was written, but like maybe this is old, so like they were trying to go for old, but now 90s is old for us. Does your dad know ghosts aren't real? Yeah, he does, but it's just like he usually just puts them on like TV and he just falls asleep to them. Guess I'm just gonna wet my bed. Have you heard of Ghost, the 1990 movie? No, I have not. And there was Calliope music constantly playing. I don't remember the girl's name. Janice or Jade or something. I think it was Janice. Skies Hill says, thank you, Jaren. Memories flooded back when you mentioned the laughing stock in Channel 58. I remember the bow of the ship was a wooden smiling face with the lower jaw submerged. It looked like it was swallowing the sea, and it had that awful Ed Wynn voice and laugh. I especially remember how jarring it was when they switched from the wooden plastic model to the foam puppet version of the head that talked. Mike Painter 65 says, haha, I remember now too, winky face. Do you remember this part, Skyhill? You have to go inside. Skytail. Oh, Mike, I gotta chill reading that. Yes, I remember. That's what the ship always told Percy when there was a spooky place he had to go in, like a cave or a dark room and where the treasure was. And the camera would push in on Laughingstock's face with each pause. You have to go inside. With his two eyes askew and that flopping foam jaw and the fishing line that opened and closed. Ugh, it just looks so cheap and awful. Old Noth. Laurel? Yanny? No, not that one. When are you getting your own TV show? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I wouldn't even do anything on my TV show. This is my TV show. See, and it's shit. Everything's falling apart, and nothing works. And I started the same game 3 times, and it didn't work. And I tried a different game, and it didn't work. They wouldn't give me my own show, Viv. They would see this and they say no. Banned. You're banned from... You shouldn't even be here. You guys remember the villain? He had a face that was like a handlebar mustache above really tall, narrow teeth. Kevin Hart. I honestly thought the villain was Pirate Percy. I was about 5 when the show was on. Nightmare Fuel. That wasn't the villain, Jared says. The puppet with the mustache. That was the villain's sidekick. Horace Horrible. He had a monocle too, but it was on top of his mustache. I used to think that meant he only had one eye. Thirsty. Go get a drink. Go get a drink, son. You have water? The heck? I don't understand. Why do I have to know you're thirsty? Do you want me to tell you to go get your water? Is that why you put that there? So I could tell you to go get water? But yeah, the villain was another marionette. The skin taker. I can't believe what they let us watch back then. Kevin Hart says, Jesus Christ, the skin taker. What kind of kids show were we watching? I seriously could not look at the screen when the skin taker was showed. He just descended out of nowhere on his strings. Just a dirty skeleton wearing that brown top hat and cape. And his glass eyes that were too big for his skull. Christ almighty. Skytail says, wasn't his top hat and cloak all sewn up crazily? Was that supposed to be children's skin? Mike Painter says, yeah, I think so. Remember his mouth didn't open and close? His jaw just slid back and forth. I remember the little girl said, why does your mouth move like that? And the skin taker didn't look at the girl, but at the camera and said, to grind your skin. Skytail says, I'm so relieved that other people remember this terrible show. I used to have this awful memory, a bad dream I had, where the opening jingle ended and the show faded and from the black, and all the characters were there, but the camera was just cutting to each of their faces, and they were just screaming, and the puppets and marionettes were flailing spastically, and just all screaming. The girl was just moaning and crying like she had been through hours of this. I woke up many times from that nightmare. I used to wet the bed when I had it. Oh, wetting the bed, potato. At least someone's also wetting the bed. Kevin Hart says, I don't think that was a dream. I remember that. I remember that was an episode. Skytail says, no, that's not possible. There was no plot or anything. I mean, literally just standing in place, crying and screaming for the whole show. Kevin Hart says, maybe I'm manufacturing the memory because you said that, but I swear to God, I remember seeing what you described. They just screamed. Jaren says, oh God, yes, that little girl Janice. I remember seeing her shake, and the skin taker screaming through his gnashing teeth, his jaw careening so wildly I thought it would just come off its wire hinges. I turned it off, and it was the last time I watched. I ran to tell my brother, and we didn't have the courage to turn it back on. Mike Painter says, I visited my mom today. at the nursing home. I asked her about it when I was little, in the early 70s, when I was 8 or 9, and if she remembered the kids show, Candle Cove. She said she was surprised I could remember that. And I asked why, and she said, because I used to think it was so strange that you said, I'm gonna go watch Candle Cove now, Mom. And then you just tune into the TV static and just watch dead air for 30 minutes. You had a big imagination with your little pirate show. Amazing. So good. What a good story. Okay, I think it's bedtime. Like, what else are we gonna do here? I can't. What am I gonna do tomorrow? Oh my god. Nothing's working. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching the stream. I like to take this moment to offer my most wholehearted. I like the way you tell it. Thanks, son. If you have any other. Oh my god, I was like, I've only been streaming for 2 hours. No, because my other stream was cut. Go sleep the same bed. Sleepover. Sleepover! I think, what am I gonna do after? I usually put something on, like, YouTube and just watch it as I go to sleep. I want to watch something. The last time I was watching, Unsolved, you know, like the, what do you call it? BuzzFeed Unsolved? But I was like listening to it while I was sleeping, and I had like the weirdest, scariest nightmares ever. I just woke up like, oh, I shouldn't do that again. And I did it every single night after that. Are the indie games good when they work? Yes. I don't know. I guess they're just not optimized, because it's not like they're very like high strain on my computer. Let's make this an IT stream for 5 minutes. Let me go see if I can locate the INI file. No. Maybe I can fix something in there. A lot of the time, especially with Steam, they don't let you touch that stuff anymore. I don't think new games really let you do that. You know? I don't think they do. Very sad. I mean, like, that game, I can't adjust anything. What was that nightmare like? I honestly can't remember. I just remember writing something down. I honestly can't remember. I can't remember, but I do remember that I was listening to the audio of the video, and it was like being melded into my dream, you know? You know what happens. I'm down to bring the blanket. I know. I'll bring snacks. I made donuts. I made little donut holes. Do you call it dying in your dreams? Oh yeah, I do it all the time. And I also can read. Like, I read stuff in my dreams. You know you're not supposed to? Like, or you're not supposed to. Like, I'm sure that a lot of people can read. Like, see numbers. What? All the donuts. Yeah, I perfected the recipe, bro. Perfected, and they're so good. They're so good. Yeah, I wish I could ship. I was looking up cookies, like if I could ship like some baked good and stuff. It doesn't work. You read. Like, yeah, you can see. Yeah, I can see numbers and letters and words. But like that's. I know you're not supposed to do that, but that's like, I don't think you're. Does anyone even know what they're saying? I have a hard time communicating my dreams. I demand you ship me donuts. It costs like, it's like $30. And also, I don't think I'm allowed to ship to America with food. So dumb. Yeah, like, oh no, save your donuts. But like, we can friggin' bring in some guns. Yeah, okay. Whatever. You're right, my donuts are dangerous. Well, I mean, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Is there any way? What if I stream no face cam and I stream my computer screen? We can have like a super janky setup. No. No. I'm gonna time you out. I can't believe you. You sick. You're sick. You're sick. You know, you're sick and you need help. You sicko. Sick. Sick. Can't ship to America? Does that mean you're a leaf? Yeah, I'm Canadian. Yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm a leaf. Yes, I'm a leaf. Another country. Damn, why are you damning? My guy went in. It's okay, he paid for it. He paid for it. What are we gonna do tomorrow? Oh, like what if I actually stream my computer screen? Would anyone be here? Would anyone still be here? Because then if I I wonder how bad it looks. Like, let me just see if I use this camera. Let's just see what it looks like. No, not that. What does it look like? Switch it around. It looks so bad. Stream your browser history? Absolutely not. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. Can I? Would I? No, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. Would that be so dumb if I streamed my screen? I don't think I could do that. First of all, it looks bad. Second of all, like, the camera would have to be here. How would I be playing a game? I just don't want to do anything anymore. I really don't. I don't. What about your browser history? Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed because there's really nothing for me to do. I shouldn't even stream. I should not even stream anymore. Now I'm extra curious. Ontario and BCN? You don't seem Albertan or Saskatchewan to me. Are you Canadian too, Crown? I'm just from Canada. I'm not saying where I am. I'm not saying where I am. I really don't know. Oh my god. Okay, so let me just check if maybe it was just those games that were badly optimized. This is actually French. You're a Canadian too, of course. Oh, I see. Wow, it took you a slap a bag of dirt. You could not recognize me as a fellow Canadian? Fuck you. What the fuck am I playing tomorrow? The Swine worked perfectly. Okay, let's try this one. Siren Head. What the fuck am I gonna do with all these stupid little games here and there? What if I streamed it without the cam? Do you think that would work? I don't think so. Fuck. I'm not good. This is not good. God, what am I gonna do? Do not play this game if you have a history of heart disease. The fuck? Excuse me? Okay, let's see if this works. Cause this is what I'm gonna play tomorrow. If it works, it is going to work though. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Do you ever get Hellblade? No, I did not. Not yet. I'm trying to run through the games I do have. You know? I don't want to buy more games if I have games to play. I will never play the games if I do not play them and just keep buying more. But it's on my list. Press enter to continue. Enter. This is okay. Play. What the fuck is... What is this? Winter? Oh shit. Okay, options. Is it dark fire? This is a video. This is... Turn this down. Turn it down. Can we ban div? Who's we? There is no we. There is you and me. And I say no. What's this one? VSync. Do you think the VSync would help me? I think VSync helps me. Because when I did not have VSync on in Phasmophobia, it was a trash show. It was horrible. This game is starting to creep me out. Okay, controls. I don't know. Fucking, I'm so. What the fuck am I gonna do? I bought all these shitty games. It'll be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, I want to play. Normal. How to play? Oops, I should click that. You can hide from Siren Head in different structures, especially when it is chasing you. But I don't want to play a game like this again. I do not. Did you hear that? What the heck was that? Welcome. You find yourself in the middle of a dark forest. With nothing but a flashlight, you must find 4 car parts scattered across the map to repair your broken down car and escape. Due to physical limitations, you can only hold 1 car part at a time. Of course, finding car parts among other items also seems to anger the beast that lurks in the shadows. Siren Head. If it makes you better, I get waxed tomorrow. Godspeed. It does not make me feel better. Viv. I'm so sorry for that. But also, it will be worth it. No? No? Stamina is an important part of your life. When sprinting out to the woods, you're very vulnerable without it, so use it wisely. What the fuck is this? Is this the Siren Head? Your flashlight is also a valuable tool, but be sure to turn it off when you hear Siren Head nearby, or else you'll get haunted. When being hunted... Oh, hunted, not haunted. He's talking to Ever. Oh, I see. Sorry about that. When being hunted, it is a good idea to try and find shelter when running away. Siren Head cannot reach for you if you're inside a building or vehicle. Use what you learn to try to escape. Good luck. How is this? Whoa, what the fuck? How is this looking? Is this, are we good right now? Or are we lagging? This is like a Slender Man kind of deal. I do like this. Did something just fall from the tree? I hate the stamina. Fucking this. No one does cardio. This is like Slender Man. What is this? Is this a border? Good so far. Okay. So I guess I'll be playing this tomorrow. Is that my car? Okay, I'll just play this tomorrow. I fucking pulled my shoulder when I was punching. Was it boulder punching? How do I turn off my flashlight? Okay, F. F for flashlight. Oh, I still have my glasses on. I can see clearly now the rain. Okay, well that's it. This is a test stream. How long is this gonna take? Okay, hold on a second. Now let's test the next game. Let's test the next game. Yeah, exit. See, that's how you should exit. You shouldn't just, it shouldn't just be exit on the screen. You click exit and you're gone from the game. And it also, hard mode, you must use your flashlight only when necessary. Batteries run out. Oh my god. I want to exit. Enter? I want to exit. Okay, let's figure out the next game. Am I sure I can't get this working? Like, am I sure? Am I positive? Are we positive? Anatomy. Anatomy. Am I positive I can't get this working? Didn't you say you were gonna go to bed like an hour ago? Yeah, you're right. But I'm more stressed out about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Let me tell you that if I don't relieve this stress, I just won't come back ever again. So I need to do this now, so I can do this tomorrow. Why don't they let you touch anything in this game? Why? 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 Output log? Be quiet, she forgot. I'll have to, maybe I can run it in window. Do you think if I run it in a window, it's smaller? So it'll take up less brain power for my computer? Do you think that would work? Do you think that would work? You think that would work? Does that make sense? If it's small. If it's small, it takes up less space. Right? It's like this for another 45 minutes. You sound like you're complaining, Ever. You sound like you're complaining, bucko. I don't want it this. Why is this so, like, this is too much. This is too much. Get out of my face. Stop. Small window. Let's try the small window. Let's see. Can I beat this computer at its own game? Let's see if this works. It's very small. Very small. Never complaining. Okay. Okay, thanks, Ever. Just sounded like you were like, it's like, that's for another 45 minutes. Okay, let's do this. So before I was lagging a lot. Like, what if I just like ran around like a spaz? Oh wait, you can't see it. Hold on. No! I wanted to escape the game and it just exited it. Let's try again. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. Stupid. Yes, play. If I was complaining, you're gonna yell at me? Insult me. The heck's wrong with you? Seek mental health. Okay, maybe I could get this working. Maybe we can get this working. Maybe we can deke out my computer. Why isn't it picking it up? Hello? Okay. No. Oh look, we can go full screen. We can totally go. Okay. OBS. OBS, save me. Okay, let's see if this works. It's so small, like, I have to be like this. Okay, I'm just gonna be zooming. We're just gonna zoom for a little bit. Maybe I could do this. What was the other game I was trying to play? The survey? Maybe I can fix this like this. Yeah? Hello? Let me know what's going on over there. On the other side of this garbage place that you're trapped. I tried to be expensive America.
In the psychology of the
I
modern
was
civilized
joking.
human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection.
Do I have to listen to this whole thing before I can go on to the next room?
But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely
I'm not, though.
for its continued survival.
Maybe one day. Gosh. Dining room. To the dining room. Is this the dining room? It is. Wow, first try. I'm joking. It's the second time I'm playing this game. Okay, zoom.
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards such shelters with such reverence and importance. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
There's a tape in the downstairs bathroom. Are we okay? Are things okay? Or is there such a big lag that I don't even know that you're saying it's lagging because there's a lag? It should be normal. No, it should be. For sure. What was I was reading something or listening to something or watching something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. But it's just like, you know, you cut yourself and you put a band-aid on. You like tend to it. You make sure it's not like infected or whatever. You clean it and then you put like, you know, you just go on about your day. You let it heal. But like when you have like a brain cut, like in your brain, like something happened. Like you don't disinfect it. You don't clean it out. You don't get rid of something that could potentially grow into something worse later, like an infection. You just like let it fester and then you're like, oh, it's whatever. And then later it'll like really, like it turns into something that shouldn't have, because it's, first of all, it's harder to see like something's hurt, obviously, if it's like mental. But also we just move on, you know? No one's just like, wait, I need to like think about this more. But then again, like it's easy to tend to cut on yourself. Like you usually need someone else to help you with like mental stuff. It's extra tough for guys too. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
The anatomy of the house
Which is
such
dumb.
that this analogy is less
Because-
superficial than at first it
Because
may
just
seem.
because you have a penis doesn't mean
To
that
carry
you
it further,
can't.
if we were to
can't be
dissect the
sad.
house as we might a
You're supposed to
human
man up.
cadaver,
Yeah.
we would find ourselves
Is this
able
loud
to
for
isolate
you?
and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of the house and those of a human body.
Can I be your thesis paper? If you go for your master's or PhD in psychology. And the garage, kind of loud. I'm sorry about that. I can't change. There's no settings to change in this. Also, is there no lag? Did we fix it? Or did it take a long time for it to start lagging? Did it take a little bit for it to start lagging? I will not be pursuing that career ever. Psychology, you need to get like a PhD to be like anything that makes a lot of money. But also then you're like sucking up other people's emotions and stuff. I can't do that. A little bit. Wait. It's lagging? Wait, it's lagging a little bit? It's lagging a little bit? Is that what you mean? Saw some stutters. I wish I could. I have no control over any options in this game. About 20 seconds. What if? What if? What if? Okay, so there's a leg. There's a leg. Oh no, I was gonna say, what if we just talked in Discord? But there would still be a lag from what you see and what I see when you see it. Like, let's say, like, I bang my head on a door, and then I'm like, oh my god. Like, you would see 20 seconds later that I banged my head on the door, regardless if you're typing in Discord or Twitch. Do that. I can't. I don't know if I can stream in Discord and OBS at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I can dual stream. I would love to make psych my second degree if I had the money and time and patience for it. Yeah, that's what I have my bachelor's in. Who cares? I don't know how to fix this. I don't think I can fix it. I don't think I can fix it. Okay, well, now everything I'm doing next week is not right. Okay, well. I don't know what to do. There's only lag in chat. There's not a lag in the video. Games are remaining. Oh my god, like a lot. Like my what I was gonna do next week was just play all indie games. So like an hour here, like a couple, like they're like an hour each, 15 minutes each, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. You know, they're all indie games. So I don't know. There's only lag in the stream, though. Like, what if chat is gonna be lagging? Like, what can I do? What if there's just a lag in chat? Like, as long as it's streaming, right? Or, I don't know. In the garage. So annoying. Where the fuck's the garage? Oh. I'm looking at the lag and stream. Wow. This is unplayable. Oh. Okay. So what am I gonna do? Okay, well, I'll think about it. Hi, thank you so much for watching the stream. I'd like to take this moment to offer my most wholehearted and sincere condolences and apology for what you had to witness tonight. I hope you will please wipe these memories from your mind and not dwell on my atrocities. I'll see you guys later. I have to save this one until you get an upgrade. Yeah. I might... Yeah. I don't know how the other games are gonna be. Hopefully not this bad. This is horrible. I can't believe... Why is it like this? Thanks for coming, Call. Hope you had a good day. For the stream, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye. Have a good night. See you. Bye-bye. Hello? Hey! Are you a bot? Are you a bot? Liam. Liam is a bot. Follow me right at the end of stream. I just want to see if they're gonna say, no, I'm not a bot. Because right now, this guy's a bot. Noi. Bye-bye, Crown. See you tomorrow. Or later. Whenever. Never again. Probably gonna unfollow me right after stream. Hey, Liam. Are you a bot? Are you sus? Liam? Liam? If you do not say you're not a bot, you're a bot. He doesn't care. Okay, I'm just gonna go to bed.